Hello everyone, this is RexRed. I am back with another EZ3DTV tutorial. Today we are going to be working with, what is it called? Daz AI Studio. So many terms and technology to remember. My little brain just says no. No more numbers. None. So yes, this humble little screen in front of us here is pretty cool. It's going to enable us to do some pretty fantastic stuff. Yesterday, I think it was the day before yesterday, one of the viewers asked me, it may have been Anus. Yes, it may have been Anus who asked me if what I was thinking, or it might have been software tools, I'm not sure, who asked me if what my thoughts were about the Daz AI Studio. And of course my answer was completely erroneous, because I thought it was something you downloaded like a program and you put on your computer, and then you would use it, and then you would, and I thought with the beta that there would be all kinds of versions of it that you'd have to install on your computer, but apparently it's somewhere here. Once you go into your account and you add this AI Studio to your account, then on the Daz website, this Daz AI appears here, and it says AI Studio, and it's that easy. So here we are at the entry point to many different kinds of things that we can do. And since we're using this AI thing, I think I can move my keyboard down here so it's not quite in the way. All right. So, upper right. Well, those don't work anymore. Okay. I'll have to recalibrate those. Okay, so let's hope, because I started this tutorial off kind of haphazardly on the wrong broadcasting to my game channel. It's like, hi all you Daz fans, and it was like gamers there. All right, so what are we doing? We are here, and so we're going to enter in Poseidon under what in D-O-N maybe, Poseidon, Dawn, in his underwater palace with fish legs, fish fins for legs, and a throne room. Let's try that. Poseidon. Okay, all right, here we go. Hey, my spelling sometimes. Poseidon. All right, here we go. We are here. We are here. I have a new camera. We are now broadcasting today on a Sony. Yes, my credit card is terrible. Here we go. All right. Now, Not my favorite one. His face is kind of fugly, and so what we're going to do is click this 8, so it gives him prompt strict. What is that noise? I think that's rain outside. Okay, well that was special. Let's generate some more. What I don't like about this right off the bat is that the image dimensions are only at 1024. That really kind of sucks. And so we shall see, we shall see. There's one. That looks like kind of like Michael 9, I mean. An error occurred. There's another and another. None of them have like, okay, merman. We'd have to say Poseidon merman. Oh, this is cool. With no face. He's kind of fugly there too, very fugly. So I'm not impressed. This is all kind of nice, but just too fugly. He's kind of okay there. We'll download that one, why not? Desktop. I am not sure that anybody's going to come here because I started off my tutorial. Every day there's just like something that messes things up. All right, so we're going to say Poseidon merman. Underwater. And swimming in a throne room. Can you figure that one out? Let's see. Since I'm currently on the premium plan. Let's see what we have in a throne room. I'm hoping my camera, this video is in 4K, but it's being like downsized. Here we go. See, I don't see a merman here. No, this is not a merman. That kind of looks like Michael a little bit. He's a little bit better looking. Still not incredibly impressed. His legs are kind of cool there. That looks like he's in a Turkish bath. And okay, he's not like merman legs, but this one has potential, sort of. That one's kind of interesting, but a little blurry. This one we could take into Adobe, and there's something going on there I don't like that we could fix maybe. And he's got 8 toes. So let's take this Michael off and just generate and let it generate its own merman. Yeah, this really bothers me. I'm not sure if there's a way around it. I kind of wish my subscribers were here. Now well, that one's definitely sexy, with his 8 fingers. You definitely don't have fingers down. So, now it's getting worse. It got much worse. One's sort of okay. And he's got a couch instead of a throne. Yeah, the faces leave a lot to be desired. This can do a good job with faces, but it's not in this particular instance. Let's see, realistic. Poseidon. Underwater. In. Because it's not going to have him swimming, apparently. They've just got to set him in the chair. Even though it says swimming, I don't see any of them with swimming. It's just like in it. Underwater in a throne room. Let's call that realistic Poseidon. Do you know what... maybe this AI just needs time to learn. It needs time to... An error occurred. It's like he said, realistic. I don't like that word. It's patronizing. All right. 1024 is terrible. So I think it's, 1024 because they've just invested in a bunch of AI. Now this looks cool, realistic. That is kind of nice. An underwater throne room. Throne room. We want realistic. We don't want like alien. Here we go. That's pretty cool. Yes, he's very white there. A little bit waterlogged. We'll love the throne and the artistic lighting here. Well, this one's come out. That one? No. Definitely not. And we're waiting for this one to come here. Okay, this is a download right here. It's weird that he's underwater, but there's more. Yes, there's also a surface below the surface. Yes, like an onion kind of thing. Let's save this. That one passes. And I wish we got to see what this one is. There's a surface here below the surface. Very nice coral sculpture there, AI. Nice touch. In a little cavernous area here. And he's got that kind of Michael McDonald wind-blown hair. So that works. Let's see, but what about this one? I don't know what all this serpentine stuff here in the front is. And if these are supposed to be sculptures, it's like, I don't know. Those are supposed to be fish. Now, they got the fish right on this one. It's just his skin tone is a little bit weird. And that's like 15 fingers. Another 15 on his other hand. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 fingers there, but this one's a little bit kind of messed up. It got eaten by a whale. this is the best one. Let's try generating again. This is just gonna spin and spin. And what is this? When you put your mouse over it, it tells you nothing. Welcome, people. Maybe I have to switch to live chat. I did that once before and it was a mess. Everybody was talking and I was not here. There they are. Art, I am here. New camera. Look at this. I have a new camera. It is a Sony A7 IV with a 16mm lens. That is a fixed lens. So, and this is now my old Sony is doing the keyboard thing. So yeah, we're doing this. The last time I was here, somebody asked me, and Angus, of course, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you people for the likes. So we're going to play around with this AI Studio. Yeah, it cost me almost $5 per month to use this. You can go right on Daz Studio. You don't have to have Daz Studio. You don't have to own any models. All you do is just go on Daz Studio. You pay him $5 and you get to use this AI thing, okay? So let's do these, let's come up with some other idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you people, you can, if you're good with AI, you can write something into the chat and I will copy it. I'll have to type it and read it, and I can't copy and paste it because the chat is on one computer and I'm on the other. So I'll type it into the chat and we will play around with this together. So let's do one for, and I don't know what prompt strictness is. None of this makes a lot of sense to me what this prompt strictness is. No. Oh, how strict. It's like, okay, don't take liberties and have him sitting in the throne. When you say swimming, it means swimming. Okay, so this one's not too bad as well. So we'll save this. All right, we're going to collect some AI. So, Art makes a scene. Maybe he will help us make a scene today. So we're going to call this now what was the name of that? Tantalus. How do you spell Tantalus? Tantalus. Okay, chained. All right, we're going to call this Tantalus chained to a cliff face high above Olympus. Chained to a cliff face high above Olympus. Let's try this one. Come on, AI. I feel like I'm rolling the dice. Craps, we gotta need a craps shoot here. We need we need a lucky number today. So I would rather have like 4K and just 3 options. I don't think the AI knows who Tantalus is. And I should have typed in realistic. Chained. All right, this has nothing to do with Tantalus at all. Where is he? Supposed to be chained. It's kind of pretty and all. I'd like to use this as a Daz background, but Daz, hello, it's too small. So we'll save it though, because maybe I can stretch it and make it work on a plane. That's kind of interesting, but this is unusable. These are too small. And they said, oh, you can put in your own image dimensions, you know, up to like HD. This is, so, you know, I have no problem with AI, but I do have a problem with kind of, with like low resolution AI. Okay. This one I kind of like too, and I could actually take AI and just cut him out. What's this? Oh, this one, look, we have a chain. Maybe that's the thing, that just AI can't make chains. It's like, I don't know how to link. I can't link that in my brain. And this is bound, let's say bound. All right, this one is kind of cool too, but no, the musical notes and all of that in the cliff, I think it got the cliff wrong. Okay, bound. Let's try this. Bound to a cliff face high above Olympus. Let's try that one. All my scenes are more physical per se, as I'm terrible at Daz 3D and I cry like a big baby. That's funny. Yeah, more physical per se, as I'm terrible. Okay, I think if I interpret physical as romantic, maybe. Maybe that's an incorrect interpretation of physical. I guess this AI is just not into bondage. Let's see. It's like no bondage for you. These are kind of nice. This is horrible. It didn't think very hard on that one. So, let's say prompt strictness and crank it all the way over. Now, do as I say. This is kind of nice. These are nice, but I can't use them in a Daz scene because they're too small. And, yeah. So, I mean, this is kind of, it's like, it's not usable. Okay? That's the only problem with this is, if these were higher quality, at least 4K, even if you could punch in, give me one at a time, I don't care, but just then do them at 8K, and give us some, or you can set the dimensions like in Adobe. Speaking of Adobe, we just go into Photoshop and let's take this and see. I'm not here to put this down, okay? For $4 a month or $5 a month, this is pretty cool. But yeah, Daz, say what you do is if somebody clicks 8 and they type in, 4K, say, well, you can only do 2 images at 4K or 3, But, if you need to have people take it easy on your servers and all, your AI brain, I understand that. But just then give us one. This is interesting, too. I think I just take him out of the scene and put, put Michael in, or something, put somebody else here. This is done well. It's interesting. The chains don't look too bad. I just don't want to lose that. So it's nice. It's their AI is nice. I got a really, you know, it's like I think the first couple AIs that you do are like really nice. This is one that I did today. I'm still waiting on the Daz people to. Now that came out pretty nice. That is like really nice. She's a fortune teller. And the only problem was it came with a tire here that was like outside of this tire, and it was like one for a motorcycle with like Goodyear rubber on it. Didn't quite fit in, so I just went into Photoshop and I drew a line around there and said, get rid of that. That's like Gaga land. Okay, is this gonna open? Is Adobe Shop Beta gonna open or not? Let's see, it will, I think. I have faith that it will open. Open Sesame. All right, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna copy our Tantalus bound to a clip and see what how Adobe AI interprets it. I think their AI has had measuring memory. I'm not sure that I asked you to do that, Photoshop. Measure my memory, please. Welcome, people. It's a play on words. Physical, like throwing a tantrum. Oh, more physical per se. I'm terrible at Daz and I cry. Yeah, Daz can be a very subjective thing because it's very involved, and so it is very involved. I got a somebody. We may have some new people coming in. You know, the more new people that come in, it's going to be more fun for you people to all kind of talk and meet and, you know, and interact together, you know, and bounce things off of each other's stuff. And we had a new person who came in, and I guess he's busy viewing all of my backlog and said that he'd learned a lot from watching my tutorials. So some of them are like 8 hours long. So, okay, how long are you going to measure the memory? Photoshop beta. Okay, we're going to close you down. All right, well, let's see. Cancel this. And where is that? Close the program. It alerted me and said, there is a new beta. Please install that. And it's like, I don't want to do that right this minute, actually. Actually, I've been prompted a few times, and I've kind of ignored it every time. It's like, I don't want to. All right, so what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to go here with New File. And we're going to go with 3840 by 2160. You know, it took me forever to learn to add that that 4K resolution thing in my head. Okay, so you go Control A to select all. Not right now, Adobe, but thank you. All right, and then we're going to go and paste in what? Yes, Tantalus. Bound to a cliff face high above Olympus. Generate. Let's see if Adobe's AI is a little bit more educated on Greek mythology. Now they will give us 3, and you see how quickly it's generating 4K. So I really like. No, this has nothing whatsoever to do with. All right, Greek, let's say Greek. Let's say Greek god, I guess. God, Tantalus. You totally missed it, Adobe. You totally missed it. Let's see. Maybe that's him right there. It's like, help me. Oh. Oh my gosh. Gnarled. There he is. He's just hanging off the cliff. This one's kinda close. Chained. Let's try the chained. I am not doing well with this right here. Okay. All right, we'll go back to Daz because that's what this was kind of about, but we'll give this one more. Chained. I don't see any chains here. Oh, he tried. This was a good try, but they also brought the tractor in. And this one. No, the cliff is sort of chained, kind of. I don't think he put much thought into that. But look at this. Look at the quality. This is 4K. So this one was the closest, sort of, kind of. And it's like, well, I think Tantalus died. Yeah. That is definitely a Titan. But it looks sort of like Titan-esque. Angus, I'll be back in a few to plant some plants a friend gave to me before the rain starts. I'll be listening, but will don my gloves so I've got no typing ability. Well, that's nice that you are going to be monitoring our broadcast today. Thank you very much. Enjoy the plants. I love to plant plants out. I have a balcony outside of my apartment, and sunny balcony. So with no balcony above it. So I am like right on the top floor, and it's very nice. So we're gonna go back. So enjoy. Now this kind of has a nice look to it. It's kind of interesting. I would love to be a little bit behind the scenes. Okay, so we're going to go, and we're going to go with Wanderer. Through Wanderers. Let's draw that. Traveling through the desert with their camel. See, I have a very visual. Anus, welcome. AI today. We're gonna play with this and see how well this works. I think it was you who brought up the question about it. And so wanderers traveling through the desert with their camels. Let's see how this works. AI. So I thought, I like to play off. I like my subscribers to kind of direct me in some kind of way to new things. So somebody mentioned this. So I paid for the Daz. Oh, now look at this. Now see, I wish. Now this is beautiful. The only thing wrong with it is, well, and the camels actually have 4 legs. Imagine that. That's amazing. So these are all really, I think I'm going to want to save them all. So this is nice. There's one. Let's see how this one looks. That one doesn't really do anything for me. That one's kind of cool. There's no footprints in the sand, but it still works. The camels look very realistic. Notice you don't have to use D-force on the clothing. How does this happen, you know, so quickly? So this, okay, that's not the one I want. I like this one here. We'll save this. We're just going to save, and I'll put them all in a folder. And this one's kind of cool. Yeah, we'll save that. We'll see. Some of them get kind of cartoonish. Look at this. This is really nice. This is perhaps one of the best AI generating. Look at that. That is definitely a Daz HDMI sky. Okay, so this AI is using Daz. I recognize this sky. This is one of the Osher, whatever skies. That's a beautiful sky. Look at this. And what are these little pole things here? And these look like lions or something. Okay, let's see. I'm not too. I just that one. The legs in the back, the hind legs are too messed up on this one. So, but these are weird now that I look at them. They're a little bit weird. This one may be the coolest one. Did I already save this one? I think I did. Yeah. And it sounds like I have it raining outside. So, all right. Let's see what we can do. Taurus. OU. Taurus. In taking photos in downtown Manhattan, New York. Let's try that one. All right. Oh my gosh, this looks like one of wow. Imagine, this would be like really hard to do in Daz. This would be like really hard. This little Haymarket area. Wow. This looks like France. These look like stonemason. An error occurred on that one. An error occurred here. Okay, you really have to look at them. All the cars are the same. You know, nobody buys different cars in this city. They finally found another car. Now this one is really kind of interesting. So we're going to save that one. Just like yes. And I would be interested in the image to image AI where you already have a scene made and want to improve it. Yeah, see, I've thought about that too, where you have your render already and you would like to fix some of it and like give their face, their complexion, or put a beard on him or that kind of thing, or change his hair or color his hair, yeah. I think you can already do that kind of stuff with AI. I think this one is kind of nice too. She's only got one leg and a wheel, so she just like rolls around on a wheel. This one is nice too. They haven't got the text. They haven't got text correct in this yet. Text and fingers are the worst part of all of this stuff. And I like this one, but the all using the same cars wasn't too good. And the trees are too they didn't take enough time on the trees. So maybe if we just generate 6 images, they might take a little more time. Let's see, in Dubai. I think that's how you spell Dubai, yes. All right. Okay, it won't let me do anything. So what I'm going to do is copy this, reload. Okay, tourist. I don't, right now, my opinion of this is that I like it. I'm not negative about this. Today I was thinking that artificial intelligence has the word angel in it, okay? But it also has the word cancer in it. But it's got one C in artificial intelligence. F-I-C-I-A-L. Yeah, it's got a C in there. Artificial, I-C-I-A-L. I think artificial. Yeah, artificial has, so it has one C in it, but in cancer has 2 C's. But, it has the word angel in it. Taking photos in downtown Dubai. When you reload it, I guess, generation history. My history didn't come back. It's registered to one computer, I guess. Oh, it's only going to take one image. So that doesn't look at all like Dubai. Maybe it does. Yeah. It looks more like Cairo. but we'll download it. It's cool. Something. And okay, now we're going to go crowd gathers at the okay. I have one problem with it. How do you spell Eiffel? Eiffel Tower. Crowd gathers at the Eiffel Tower. I have one problem with Daz AI is like, you know, I've spent like 30,000 on models, and my idea is like, oh my gosh, now people can spend, you know, like $5 and get access to the entire Daz library. But then when I think about it, it's like, well, you know, it's not really the same thing. All right, let's save that. That's kind of cool. Let's do 8 images of that. It's just kind of like, but they only get to generate an image that is. Thank you for the likes, people. Hello, Habib. Welcome. Good to have you here. We've got Anus here, and Art is out planting plants, and he can't currently type, but he's listening in. We have Angus here, who's left us a nice smiley and is chatting with others here as well. We're working with Daz AI, and it's doing a pretty nice job. So we have these all errors occurred. So their AI is buggy, but we get some nice stuff to play with. It's you know, for $5, it's kind of worth it. It's the only problem that bothers me is. Now, this scene would be like really hard to make in Daz. Very hard. Just look at all of the detail, all the trees you'd have to do. This would be impossible to make in Daz. At least from my perspective, yeah. You know, as a Daz artist, that would be very difficult. There's the same red car. This is kind of, I like the lighting here. Little umbrellas. So everybody seems to be, her legs, something's wrong with her legs. That's probably why they're not allowing us to have you know, the full, you know, really high resolution images, because then you're going to notice, oh my God, her legs are a vacuum cleaner. So you just don't know what the AI is going to do. You know, you just look and you see something and it's like, oh my gosh, is that what I think it is? You know, that kind of thing. The lamps are made out of like candy or something, you know, I don't know. They look like, all right, so let's see what this one looks like. So we only got 3 images, and when it's busy generating, we can regenerate here. Gathers at the Eiffel Tower. So, oh yeah, we're up to 8 likes. Angus is working on potting plants too. Wow. Hopefully there you have some nice weather out at in the hinterlands, Angus. Yes, that would be really nice. We're having today is chilly. Well, you know, it's 44, but it's kind of chilly. This is kind of nice. We'll save this one, although the Eiffel Tower looks a little bit weird there. Like, you know, you tell AI that you want the Eiffel Tower, and it's got to think about every little crisscross member and all of the things and rebuild the Eiffel Tower from scratch. Now, this guy's doing like Michael Jackson dance. How about this one? Wow, this is like really strange. Oh, this one has 2 of them. It's like the AI forgot. It already put one in. Or maybe this is like a mock one and that's the real one, you know, so they're having a festival. I don't know. I don't know. This one is interesting. So AI can do crowds really well. So what you do is you have this and you put this on a plane in the background, and then you have your Daz figures stand in front of it, like as if they're there, you know. I like this one. We'll save that. And this one is just, well, there's 2 Eiffel Towers. This one is really big. And then it forgot that it already built one here and started to build one there. And it's like, you know, you can see the AI thinking, what did I do? I think I did something wrong there. Yeah. And this crowd is like a mosh pit, almost like from like a Metallica concert or something. I don't know. That it's interesting. I like what it tried to do there. This is interesting. Like these ones would be really hard to do. All these little houses, they're just all jammed in. The computer really can handle like massive things. We'll save that just for the nostalgia of it. Let's see what this one is. Very interesting. This one looks very French. Just the way these houses are all neatly stacked along the side. Ah, the tomatoes. Yes, well, tomatoes. Ted is planting tomatoes. Well, I have chives that grew up, that survived the winter out on my balcony, and my parsley survived all winter. I had this huge parsley bush, and it just died completely off, but out of the smoldering ruins came a new parsley, some parsley growing, and it's already like got about 8 or 10 squigs on it, or yeah. So this one is probably the nicest one, except the Eiffel Tower looks a little bit funky, but I like this one here a lot. The night scene, and this one is pretty. That one's interesting. I didn't save that one. This one I like as well. The trees look like they were painted by like Monet or something. It's got that French impressionistic. Nice little over contrasty thing going on in the sky. So I purchased a new camera. So if you see me here, I am broadcasting today on a Sony A7 IV. And yeah, so I bought this camera for you guys, so that I would look so that I wouldn't look all blurry and have these weird kind of, so I needed something for low light that would work with my green screen, right? And I just said, okay, I'm not going to buy 10 more cameras until I finally buy a full frame camera that's going to do well here. So that's what I did. Yeah. Laborers working in the potato fields in the hot sun. In the hot sun. All right. Let's try that. Okay, it's not going to let me try that. So we have to reload. Let's try this one. They do kind of. They do look AI. They don't. They, you know. I think. But the thing about the AI is AI has its strengths, like that sprawling city of Paris would be very hard to do. Okay, here we go. Now you see, this would be a really nice image for somebody's farm. I mean, this is really nice. You know, I think it does better when you do one at a time, but these look more like melons to me than potatoes, and potatoes don't grow on the branches. I don't know what these are, but those are melons. These are potatoes. This is really, really nice. I'm going to post this to the Daz site at some point, because I like this a lot. And so, I mean, this looks kind of cartoonish, but then again, it looks pretty nice. And you know what? How difficult would it be to make these potato fields, you know, and put these potatoes and to trowel this dirt to make it look like that? Yeah, that's not something easily done in Daz. It is nice for a cartoon, but you know what? You could very easily you would have to go in, take them into Photoshop and mess with them. But you could easily put like Happy Day Farms in some really kind of like awesome text. And this would be an awesome business card. And you know what else you can do? Is you can take this right here and you say, well, it's not big enough. So what I'm going to do is find that here somewhere. Where is it? I know I saved it. All right, it may have changed. Oh, here it is. Okay, right click. Open with Photoshop. We got Photoshop already open. And so what we do is we come into Photoshop and we go like this and this. Okay. And then here we go. Generative expand. Look at that. That doesn't look too bad. So this is what AI can do. AI just took that entire that image, and then I can come here, and we're going to say layer, merge, and let's put a little bit more here. How do we do this? Select this, crop. Let's put a little bit more up here. Oh, that's going to do the whole thing. I didn't want to do that. Because it didn't. Oh, it did. Look at that. You see, so this isn't too bad. How you can just kind of like say, okay, well, Daz, you're not going to give us, 4K images. We're gonna make 4K images ourselves. Now, what's this image size now? It's at least at 2000. It's 2K. So yeah. And what did I just do there? Okay, now we're gonna layer, merge visible. I guess that flattened the image. Now we could save this. So this is the Happy Day Farm. This is Art. He's out planting his garden. So yeah, he has a big garden. So yeah, these are the potatoes, the potato people. Yes. So is this your garden, Art? File. Let's see now. Save a copy. Let's save this. So that was a pretty good. Oh, that is nice, Art. Every inch of your garden is your yard is a garden. Yeah. They they do have a cartoonish look. Yeah. They do have a cartoonish look. I agree. But the thing is AI is learning, and you could also say that about Daz images, even though, like when I post Daz images on one of my YouTube channels, people will say, "Oh, that's a beautiful photo." All right? But I'll tell you, all of us Daz people know we can instantly recognize. Generally, some artists are really good, but even the really good artists in the Daz gallery, every once in a while there's something that could pass, but you can usually tell that it's Daz and Daz image, and it's not a photograph. And there's every once in a while something passes that that works, but a lot of, like this right here, we go here, this right here, this looks pretty realistic to me. See, I mean, this one's pretty hard to tell. I just generated this today, and that's pretty hard to tell. Except this lady only has one leg, okay? But that's because her other leg is in front of it. This guy's got like one leg. There's a few problems here, but if I brought this into Photoshop, we go open with Adobe Photoshop. Now Photoshop might now I can take this right here, and go like this, and like this, and like this. Let's make it really big. Like this, like that, like this. Okay, generate. Let's see how well it does with taking this little seed of an image and turning it into something big. Now that's not bad. Look at this. Wow, it's just imagine this whole... And we have some other choices. So this isn't bad. So then we can come in and just say, let's see, we go here and just say, I don't like this. Generative fill. Give me something else. See, it merged those buildings. Other than that little skull, it looks like a human skull hanging there. I don't know what these things are. But it gives you some options. Now that's kind of nice. Well, this one's kind of nice. Now, most people who would see this, now we go here, and I don't like this right here. All right, let's fill that with something else. Okay. And fix her legs. This isn't bad. The back leg maker. Yeah. That's funny. It didn't, I don't think it fixed her leg. Oh, no, is it still generating? No, I don't think I generated it. Let's see. And whatever this is not human. Oh, I just removed it. Z. Okay, fix. Give her 2 legs. An error occurred. Oh, it thought I was doing porn. Okay, where are we going here? 2 legs. See if this works. No. Okay. Well, we'll just remove her. And we'll remove this here. And hold Shift. We'll remove this. And this. And what else have we got that's kind of questionable? This. There. Now this is better, this is better. Okay, we're gonna just kind of get rid of all of this. And this little tree stump, not sure that's doing very good there. And this looks weird. Let's see what it does there. Generative fill. Generate. Yeah, well, that's what we need, is to generate some pirates. Okay, it just removed that. So what we would do here in this case is just clone this, make this clone stamp a little bigger. All right, maybe a tiny bit bigger, and a little bigger here. And then what we do is we, okay, double click on that. We select that and clone that right in here. Okay. Let's layer, let's merge this all together. All right, now we can clone that right into. All right, let's try this again. There. So that's how you do it. And what's this thing here on the wall? So I'm not going to be doing yeah, it is, but you know, what's nice is, you see, I can take this large image and put this into Daz on a plane, and then put my figures standing here in the foreground, like up close. So, you know, it's not that, and you know what? Putting this many figures in a scene, that's a hassle right there. Because, you know, it's just like, imagine you got to either make them into billboards and to put them in. And the thing is it's like, well, why would you want to do any of this? Well, because you can't just go on Google and find somebody's copyrighted image and use it. But this right here is pretty safe to use. See, that's gone. It took only a moment to get rid of that. Now, if I didn't use AI here, now like this doesn't look smooth. Just come in here. I don't know whether if it's his arm or something, but let's just, takes only a moment to fix that. To just get rid of that. And have it kind of fix it. See? And I have a few choices. That one's probably the best. And so we go File. All right, so we merge it all down, Layer, Merge. And then we go File, Save a Copy. Yeah, so it's a way to get something that you can use. Okay, we're going to call this Edit. And you know, the way things go, this did not take that long for me to make this, okay? So I would, where you'd put the figures, maybe here in the foreground, you know? And that didn't take long to clone that little lamp up there, and yeah, this is pretty nice now. And And the thing is you can, with AI, you can say, well, put a little kitty cat here or something, and or there are things you can do. Hang a lantern here or something. So so it's just another tool here. Okay, let's I I'm not going to be like coming in here and using AI I have 10,000 Daz items. The thing is that I approve of this. I approve of like that potato thing. That is a way some farm could just come in here and instead of paying an artist to make something like this, okay, laborers working in an orange orchard in the hot sun. Generate. See, I mean, the way that just did not take long. If you're an orange juice company, here you go. It's all you need is someone with a little bit of AI experience. And you can have, this would be like a beautiful logo for, now look at this. So this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Now these guys look, now what we do here, his face looks a little bit, so let's save this, but this is pretty cool. This would take me hours and hours and hours in Daz. I paid $4 a month. You pay around $5, I think, a month for the subscription, and that's for unlimited. You can do 4 images for free a month, I think, and for another for $5 for a month. Basically, you can turn it off at any time you want. It gives you the ability to generate 5 unlimited images, and I find that the 1024 to be a horrible disadvantage. Okay, so we're going to save this as a ping file. This is interesting because I can just automatically just like pull the side out and pull this out. And if I want to get rid of this guy here, I can. He just looks kind of very toonish. But what I'm going to do now is let's select eight images and let's generate this orange orchard again. I mean, these would be some really nice background images. So, and that's probably why they only allow you 1024 is because they just don't want to cut into their HDRI business, because you can just pretty much come in here and say, give me a beautiful sunset, and there you are. Okay, now I'm going to go, and what we'll do, look at this. Now that is really nice too. Now, they're a little bit big, and a few pumpkins. And these ones are they're just huge oranges. I'd like to have one of them right now. And look at his hand. It's like, yes, that's a serious problem. His arm is long enough to scratch his toes while he's standing up. But it would be very good in an orange orchard. So, yeah. But all you have to do is kind of play with this a little bit, and you could... What I don't like is they all have the same clothes on. And these oranges are big enough. They're watermelon size. So, well, yes, you could do that, Art. That would be, I don't know if the price, how, because, if you know, Anus, that most people are offering AI kind of free right now. So the fact that Daz is even charging anything for their AI, they just had to go out and buy a bunch of computers, probably from Intel and, and from these big companies, IBM. I don't know where they bought, where they sell AI computers. Maybe Intel. Maybe Nvidia. They had to buy a bunch of things in order for me to generate these. Okay, so I don't really think I liked any of these at all. The oranges are too big. This one's kind of nice, but I think I'll save that one. But the oranges are kind of too big in these. Yeah, and that's not an orange. That is a, I could just take AI and just cut that out. These oranges are too big. They're just, they're bigger than grapefruits. So, yeah, and the hand looks really wrong. So I got the very best one the first time I did it. So I wonder how many images they actually generate to give you one. So yeah, I don't really care for any of these. Now, let's say gorgeous red, purple, and dark blue sunset. Okay, and you can say realistic. Red, purple, and dark blue sunset. See, now if this generated these at, 4K, we wouldn't need to pay anybody again for HDRIs unless they were just super duper awesome. So it does cut into their business model a bit. Thank you very much for the likes, people. Now this, see, now I'm ready to use this already. I am ready to use these as this right here as a backdrop. Look at that. See, so this, and I can take this into Photoshop and add to it. Why it broke them up like that, I'm not sure, but look at that. I am not sure why I'm so croupy today. All right, I don't know which one I just saved. I think this one was it. This one. This is interesting with the pagoda or something in there. And this is interesting, a little bit tropical. So now what we do, and what is up with this? This is where it just totally lost its cookies. And then this is terrible. I didn't ask for any people to be in them. But that is nice. It's just a little bit kind of artsy in a way, but it's trying to be expressive in a way. And what's this? This is very alien, kind of abstract. This is nice too. And so what are we going to do? We're going to go into Photoshop and give Photoshop a chance now to do this. but we're going to do it in 4K. So we're going to go new 3840 by 2160. All right, select all, Control A, Generative Fill, V. No, we didn't want that. We wanted the other one. Realistic, gorgeous sunset. Copy. Back to Photoshop. V. Okay, select all. V. Generate. So it has its strengths and its weaknesses. You know, and this reminds me of when there was a synthesizer battle, you know, way back when synthesizers were first invented, everybody was, all of the purists and all, they were really against it. Now look at this. This is pretty nice. So that we got to save. All right. So we'll go, and this is 4K. All right. I just find that amazing, you know, this, and what I can go in here and say new, all right, and we're going to go 8K by, let's say 4K, create, all right, select all, and generative fill. Select realistic. All right. Now this is an HDRI here for this is an 8K image. Look at that. Oh, there were some trees in here too. Okay. All right, so then we go here and over a dark tree skyline. Let's talk in real English. A realistic, gorgeous red, purple, and dark blue sunset over a dark tree skyline. Generate. Yeah, see, I am definite. Now look at that. Look at that. I mean, and look at this. And you have your sun now here in the scene. And look, now that is an image for Daz. So we go File, Save a Copy. Now that is just absolutely, I mean, that's an album cover right there, you know, or... you know, it's just, wow. And the thing is you can, I believe you can use them commercially. I'm not sure, but this is going to be Vivid Sky. Let's call it Vivid Skyline Desktop. Large size. We don't want to cut down on our... on the bits, the bit rate, so we want to keep it, I think, at 10-bit. The PNG is at 10-bit. All right, so now we open, now it's time to open Daz and see what we can do with Daz Studio. Let's see what we've got. So I need another lens for my camera, and it's only $1,000. Yes, I need another lens because I kind of bought the wrong lens. I bought a 16 millimeter lens, and that lens is like picking up every single thing in the room, and I had to like crop myself, and so I'm like a little teeny person in the middle of that lens, and it's like 2 feet away, 3 feet away. I don't even think it's 3 feet. How many feet? I think it was 3 feet. 3 feet away. It's, yeah, 3 feet. Well, yeah, about 3 feet, yep. So, and it's like picking up my whole room. It's like wide, and I'm this little teeny thing in the middle that I had to crop. But you know, it's working. I'm at 4K right now, and so it's working. All right, Daz. Where are you, Daz? Did you open, or are you still trying to open? All right. I think Daz opened on my other computer. It has a habit of doing that. Yeah, it's open. HDMI 2.
Okay.
All right. There it is. Let's bring it down. All right. HDMI 1. Have to switch input sources. Okay. And we put a plane in the scene. We turn our camera straight on here. Select the plane, go to parameters, so go to here. And we're going to pull the plane up like that. So it's 90 degrees, 90. And then we're going to push the plane back into the scene like this. Like way back. And then we're going to scale it. And bring it down like this, I guess. And scale it this way. Scale it again like this. And bring it over like this. And scale it Z like that. Go to surfaces, plane, base color, browse, desktop. All right, there's that. And we need a reference in here, so we need like ultra scenery landscape. So what we do is, but what we're going to do first is we're going to take and go down here to our emission color, browse. We're going to turn this into an HDRI. So there's one. Change its, so it's emissive. And then we're going to also load that image into our luminance. And then we can actually have it put off some light. We'll go 4. There we go. And now we save this as vivid remembrance. Let's call it. And then let's put a camera in the scene. That is an 8K sky, okay? And we go to create and create new camera from active perspective. Let's look through the camera. And now what we're going to do is go to favorites, And most used, Ultra Scenery Creator. We're just going to use a regular. Oh, what would be nice is a pond. Ecology, let's go with some pine trees because that's kind of what we have there. All right, Pacific Northwest will work. Oh, this one, I like the grass a little better. Okay, the watercolor will be, oh, okay, water. But you see we have the settings, and we can take and, I think I'll leave that for now, but you see the ripple strength? If you bring that down, you will have a mirror reflection off the water. Okay, so let's see. Now what we're going to do is turn off like everything for now, so we can see what our land looks like. Create it from the camera, build scene. Okay, I left this with some bumps in it. Close this. You see, you really can't tell what's happening until you okay. See, it is putting off light. It is an HDRI. It's doing it beautifully. So what we do is we parameters. Okay, this is why you have to have a scene in here so that you have a perspective of how big everything is. So we're going to go scale Z. We're going to go scale X. All right, so what we can do is we can go to our environment options and we can load this same desktop so that we have a 365-degree coloration of the sky and the scene. And we bring this down a little bit. Oh. Plane. All right. And then we can save this again. Now let's go back to Ultra Scenery, Favorites, Ultra Scene. Make sure you have it selected. Now we go to Build, Base Grass, Clover, Daisies, Firs, Grass Tufts, Long Grass, River Grass, River Pebbles, Rocks, River Rocks. I don't know if I turned them off. Okay, Build. Well, it takes a little while to do this. Oh, it used to take like, it used to, remember before the accelerator, it used to take like a half an hour, 20 minutes. You just go in and cook dinner or something and come back out 20 minutes later, and maybe it didn't crash. So, see, that's coming from that. I think my light might be a little bit strong on the right, but this one, that works. Just bring it down a little bit. Okay, and what you can't see, I got to bring this over here so you can actually see the progress meter here under there. That doesn't, it's not showing right now, but when I switch between Iray and all, it shows. I think it's nice for you to all be able to see the progress meter. Okay, it says it's done. Let's see what our ultra scenery looks like. Done. Close. Well, it's blocking off all the trees, but maybe that's not a bad thing. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like. It's going to slow down to a crawl. I'm not too impressed with this. 9. So maybe what we do is we take the fir trees out. So we just use the trees that are in the picture and just leave the grass. Okay, so you know, you could say, well, AI doesn't look very realistic, but those trees compared to these trees, I mean, not really, okay, because Daz trees are not a flat image. They are 3D, and they actually have very, very, you get up close to these trees in ultra scenery, but let's go back here to our build here, and we'll go back to most used, ultra scenery creator. Let's go to our build, and we have the firs. We'll turn them off. I don't know, it's like seedlings. Okay, I guess young, we'll leave the seedlings. Long grass, river grass, rebuild the scene. But you know, that AI, those trees in that AI look pretty realistic. They don't look like cartoon trees at all. So let's go into Iray and see what this looks like. Now you should be able to see the progress meter underneath my keyboard. See, that kind of works now. Now I'll show you something that's really cool that you can do. This kind of works now, and what we do is we go up here to our, is it gonna let me do anything here? Plane. And what's nice is the plane actually shows up in texture shaded mode. We can bring this plane up a little more like that. And what we do is now we go back to Ultra Scene, Favorites, Most Used, Ultra Scenery Creator. We go to the water, and here, Ripple Strength. Let's turn that down, Apply. And now we go to Build, Rebuild. Thank you very much, people, for the likes on this video. It helps the algorithm. It brings us sends it out to other Daz users who will come in here and enliven our discussions. And when you all communicate with one another, and it's very nice having you here. So close this. And now let's see what happens when we go into Iray. Now, see, this water should reflect it almost like a mirror. Yeah, see that? And now what's really cool is, remember I put this image on our HDRI. And so what we can do here is we have to go out here first. And go to our environment options. Now we can go back into Iray. Let's rotate the dome a little bit. Is that actually showing, or? All right, let's go out, come back in. I'm not seeing it change much. 0, we have the environment options. We're rotating the dome. It doesn't appear to be changing the scene much. I'm not seeing my Iray line progress, like it's repainted it. It's almost like it's coming back with the same. Okay, draw a dome. Okay, that's... I'm not sure that we need to draw the dome, because it's all we need is a light, really, from the dome, but let's draw it anyway. See what happens. Yeah, it didn't seem to change it that much. How is my audio doing here? Okay. Okay, now I was thinking what might be interesting is to bring in a distant light. Accept. Let's save this scene. That is just really amazing, how they meld right into one another. Okay, so what we have to do, you have to be careful about this plain HDRI. What you want to do is go into here into the surfaces, because you don't want your plane shiny. So, and it seems to by default come out shiny. So this glossy color, just set that to black. And that should stop it from shining. Okay, and then now we go and look through our distant light. Let's bring it up like this and bring it in as at an angle like that. And then go back to our camera. And let's give the distant light, usually a 2 is a good place to start for your distant light. For lumens, just throw a 2 on there and see what happens. And here is where the distant light, once you have it selected, these 3 little, there we go. And let's, that's a little bit of light. And what we do is we take this color here, make it maybe yellow. Or orange. That doesn't seem to have done anything. Orange. Oh, that's kind of nice. And what we need is a nice little HDRI here. I might even go with a red, but let's see now. What we could do instead of giving it color, like as it uniformly colors everything orange, and what's kind of nicer with the distant light. Let's go out of here. Is to just go back to white, but just change the temperature. Bring it down. Kind of more natural than just one color. I'm not sure why, but let's see if this, it's kind of gives you more of a, I don't know, I'm thinking sepia, but it's not really that. It's an old film look, sort of, but I'm not sure that that's working. But let's take our, let's see if we can create some shadows. What would be interesting probably is to take more control of our lighting completely in this scene. So we go to our distant light. Let's go more like this, so it'll create some shadows on those trees, on these little trees in here that are hidden right now. Go back to our camera scene, and then what we do is we turn off our environment here. Environment options. Go to, this is just a test. So we go to dome and scene, and we just want to go to scene only. And then let's see what this looks like. That's going to put a black world around everything, but that gives us absolute control over the light that comes in. It kind of makes the light more of a monotone, but it gives us more control. That's kind of interesting. It's more natural looking, and now we can do more with our lighting here, which I think would be very nice to go a little brighter with our distant light. Maybe up to 4. 2 is usually enough to at least make it visible so you can actually see it, see the effect of it. go. And maybe we'll give it a little bit of a tint. We go like this, and then we bring that down a little bit. To kind of blend it in a little more. And a VDB to give us a little bit of atmosphere. Props. Okay, and my VDB is going to be way underneath. Let's try this. Okay. I think my graphics card. I don't think it's going to display all of this. It usually cuts half of it out. So I got to go here and go to my render settings. So usually I keep them up higher. Tool settings. I have a certain order of these things that I usually keep. This is the order. Them surfaces goes here. No, parameters, surfaces, render settings, tool settings, power pose. That's usually the order that I like mine in. And so now I have to go to render settings, advanced, turn off this graphics card because it won't display my, I turn it on right before I render, but it won't, sometimes it cuts out on my VDB and only half of the screen will show the VDB. The whole thing's showing. Okay, so we just take this VDB now. I think I should lower it a little bit more. Looks like it's sitting on top of the water. Control 9. And I'm going to turn on my, this so it shows you what keys I'm hitting. The pointer focus. And now we go here and let's take this VDB, this fog, there. And I would like to go, might as well, with surfaces, here, 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 and go make this down to like 4. And the color is what would be this one. We're going to make this kind of a reddish orange. Reddish yellow. All right. Okay, that kind of works. going to bring it a little closer to my camera. And what if we go with the distant light being a little more red? And a little brighter maybe. Parameters. Here we go. No, we want the distant light. Yeah, that's it. And color, let's go to red. And a little brighter. When you go darker with a color, you have to go brighter. Oh, okay, we'll select that. All right, Control 0. Is the hotkey for rendering. Okay, now if you notice, we have a shadow on our sky. Okay, see these? Now I don't know if that's an actual shadow. Let's take a look at our original picture. No, it's not a shadow. So we really lost a lot of this image somehow. Zero. Not sure why we've lost a lot, but it's got like some kind of transparency or something happening. Oh, okay. Plane. It may be. What's happened to plane? Surfaces. It wouldn't be here, would it? Yeah. Okay. So we take the luminance. Oh, okay. Emission temperature. Let's see. Where's the cutout? Okay, that's at 100. So let's bring this down a little bit to like 2. So it's not putting off quite as much illumination. That still seems, it's still doing something weird with it. what if we take this off of the illuminance? None. Okay, we'll put it back on the luminance because that didn't do it, and I know that because it kind of washed it out even more. Browse, let's see, go back to here, and then what we'll do is we only need one-sided light. What we're going to do is turn off our distant light for a moment. Let's see what we have for a scene. I think the distant light is kind of whiting out the back. And what you do is, if you have to, you just move that background way, 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 way back. So it has less, so that the distant light has less effect on it. But then you can make it like really strong. Well, we got our trees back. All right, so what if we just put a a radial light in the middle? Point light. Bring this up. Back a little bit. Up a little more. 0. And this would be parameters. Point light. Here. Thank you for the likes. People are so very nice. I don't even have to ask, and people leave likes on my videos. Very, very kind of you. Very thankful. Thank you very much. Yes, Ed, you did miss the AI part, but we went into it pretty good. This sky, the background sky, I can kind of rehash a little bit of what we did. This is in the Daz store, okay? You'll notice it says Daz AI up here, and you want to, if you have trouble, just Google and say Daz AI Studio, and it will tell you. But what you do is they sell you the AI Studio. You can get into the AI Studio for about $5 a month, and it allows you, like I generated these skies with their AI Studio. The unfortunate thing about this is that they only allow you 1024 by 1024, but you can then grab this, take it into Photoshop, and like expand it out, expand the top, expand the bottom, and make it into 4K even if you want. Once you have this like seed of a scene, then AI can create the rest of the picture for you. And so, but once you, then you just type in like what I typed in for is like realistic gorgeous. I don't know if I needed gorgeous, but realistic gorgeous red, purple, and dark blue sunset. That's what I typed in here, and this created it. But then I went into Photoshop and I just created a, and these, they're not as really as nice. They're kind of interesting, and they got mountains and rocks, and it's just this, it's different. They're different. But this one from The Photoshop here, this one created, look at this little bits of fog and stuff in here. I made this 8K. This is only 33%. So it's 8K. And this would be 100% here, around 100%. And as you can see, it's pretty nice how it made this image. This one was generated in Photoshop. And so I've brought it into Daz and put it, I just opened up the other Daz, here as an HDRI. I put it on a plane, actually. And now I've got a few things to do here. And what we would want to do is take this background sky. And why is everything red? I might have put a tint to the background sky. I'm not sure. I've just done a lot of things kind of the wrong way here. The point light. Okay, we're going to go with a little bit more on the point light. Let's go to 9 here with the point light. And then let's go back to our plane that we created here. And that would be, why isn't it showing me? I've done something wrong. Show, okay, show sub items group. Okay, this would be, this happens sometimes. Save, I think Daz is about ready to crash. So it's not showing me, okay, I'm quite sure that the plane, okay, maybe it is in surfaces. Oh yeah, okay, I'm thinking it's the spotlight that is, okay. So what we do is we go back up and bring this luminance up again to like 5 maybe. And I haven't changed the tint of this. Okay, Control 0. So yeah, there's a pretty good AI section at the beginning of this for Daz. So we just have absolutely no light at all here. So let's turn back on the HDRI. Because what I did was I also loaded this Photoshop image, this 8K image as an HDRI parameters. You know, maybe I could just load like, you see, the thing about a distant light is when you put a distant light, you get one color, okay? And it just floods your scene with one color. But when you put an HDRI, you get millions of variations of colors because you get that whole sky, and there's a pink maybe part of the sky that's flooding onto the scene over on that side, and then on the other side there's a purple part of the sky, and that's flooding on. So it gives your scene like this variegated color, okay? That a distant light doesn't work. Sometimes a distant light, sometimes all you want to flood your scene is like one color, and you want that one color to like cast these very even shadows. But sometimes you want, but a lot of times you're really better off using, even though you've put a plane in front in your scene and you've put the sky on that plane so you can have it very detailed, sometimes the best thing to have on your sky is an HDRI so that you have all that variegation of realism of color. So here's our environment settings, environment tint. Okay, back to parameters. I'm having okay, it's this. Why isn't it? Okay, scene. Okay, so we go dome and scene. That's why it's gone. All right, this was the color. This is my HDRI. I'm wondering what would happen now. Draw a dome. Now that's supposed to show here. Let's see what's happening here. Draw dome. Oh, now remember I turned off two-sided light. Okay, so now we actually have a light, this same image. Now what I was thinking of doing is making my Control L. Okay, that does it. Now we select this. Now what happens if I go like this? And I also take this plane here and I scale it like this. And rotate it X. No. Z, is it? Yeah, like this. And bring this up a little more. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. Now, let's take and turn the VDB off. It's kind of distracting. It's not, doesn't seem to be working right, but it is, but it's just not reticulating fast enough, and it seems to kind of be more of a distraction, maybe something very faint. Okay, so now I think we've got something here, something working. We've got our trees back, but there's something still wrong with that. I think I have to turn on the two-sided light. I turn that off on the plane, surfaces, plane. Turn that on again. I think it just brought the detail back on those trees. No. Okay, what if we go with like a 5 here? That's interesting, Ted. I think it is approaching that kind of... Yeah, see, I'm not... Oh, I just figured out what's happening. Okay. No, maybe that's not what's happening. I was thinking that maybe... See these trees here? They're getting washed out. Oh, it's probably the light. So you have to be careful with these planes that you use in the background. Okay, so we'll take this down to a comfortable kind of amount. Because like the sky, if the sky's got a bunch of trees, those trees can reflect from the other side of the sky on that plane. And so I turned the reflection, the glossiness off of the plane. Okay, now it seems as though those lights are coming in better. All right, so what I would want to do maybe is let's try like a different sky here on the other side. go back to our environment and just pick a different sky. Parameters, environment map, browse. Go to the HDRIs. And let's pick this, something with a sun. Oh, I do that every time. A JPEG instead of the HDRI. All right. Let's try this one. 8K. Now, let's see what this does. I have to run down. Okay, now you see I think I'm already liking this better. Yeah, see, this is interesting. I think it just brings out a totally different, like the sun. I've got to run, just take a moment, please stay here. I have to take a moment to go and check on my mail. Okay, I can't leave it sitting down there too long. I just down a couple flights of steps. I'm back. No mail yet. I think this is pretty, well, I think Ted brings up a good point about this, about it looking like a forest fire, is because you can pretty much with AI, you can have AI, we go back into Photoshop. Now, I'm not really achieving this kind of look in my scene that, okay, I don't know, I've got two Daz's open now. Let me close that other one out. It doesn't tell me which one's which. Well, that one seems to be using a lot of resources and this one isn't. So I'm gonna hope it's that one. And let's see if this one's still open. Yeah, it is. So, I'm not sure why this has, why it's just not achieving the same look as the other one that's in Photoshop. It just seems to have more color. Oh, there it, I mean, so, okay, it's because of, yeah, I don't know. the thing is, like, you're in art, you're always fixing things. You're always, it's like it's like you put your figure into the scene, and you have to, their nose looks wrong, or their eyes they're not pointing in the right direction. Their hair, you put hair on them, and they've got this certain curl that comes off, and you got to go into and chop it off with geometry editor. You're always fixing things, and that's the thing is, if what's really bad is when you can't fix things. Okay, is when you say, okay, like what really bothers me about D4's hair is that I can't I can't go into geometry editor and cut a little piece off, or I can't use mesh grabber and pull maybe the hairline down, because it doesn't work with mesh grabber. And so when you don't have that ability, and as you saw, like when I went into Photoshop, and let's just go File, New, and 8000 by 4000. We'll open this up. This, okay, and I just type in, select all, and okay, we can, we're going to take Ted's cue here and say, well, let's make a bright, let's make a sky that doesn't look like a forest fire. Or that's dark, bright, sunny day with puffy clouds over a green tree. Okay, bright sunny day with, I try to be clouds like intelligent, like to the AI, like, and not misspell things, like worded in a kind way, like you're talking to a person, So I think though, and you make a point there, but the thing is that Daz, with all their 3D models, and they're the only like really company in the world that has all of that 3D model stuff. Okay, they have an opportunity to train AI, to use all that geometry to train the AI. If you don't have that geometry and all, like take a look at this. This is something that took my breath away today, okay? Because look at this image here, okay? Now, you look at this and say, yeah, it looks like AI. It does. But look at their clothes. Look at that shirt. Oh, this is AI, okay? And this, I've never seen this clothing in the Daz store. And they put all I did was say, the man talking with a fortune teller in a covered wagon. And this is what it gave me, okay? And now, but look, how long would it have taken me? I would never have been able, this sleeve to me is absolutely, yes, it's not perfect, but oh my gosh, look at the, how hard that would have been to do this with D-Force. And, and look at what it did with this depth of field. I didn't say put some these some golden chalices or whatever in the depth of field and put depth of field on and all of this. This has used, look at the wood grain here, the knotty pine, and in here that's been used. The candle looks, it knew enough not to put the exact same candle thing on the top. Yes, imagine, right, exactly, CDJ. Imagine once the AI starts getting its stride and looking at all, and this to me, it, excuse me, this to me just indicates that it learned how to do this from all of those massive Daz artists that pay so much attention to this detail, that it's learned how to sort of like emulate their patterns and their shaders and the figure. Now, these figures are probably not from Daz because this isn't from Michael. This is one of their kind of generic figures that they use and everything. But I find this to be absolutely, and what really kind of sold me on it was this sleeve, because I just drooling over how hard it would be for me to do this in D-Force. That's just beautiful. So, and the hair with under a bandana. How hard is that to do? You know, to have it like come out and have the bandana wrapped around his head like this, and the way his eyes and the expression on his face, and how she just, this is amazing. This is amazing. And what was terrible is it put like a bicycle wheel on the outside of here. It would like had a Goodyear tread on it, you know. It was like this wooden wheel, and then it just laid a bicycle wheel, and it's like, I don't think that was a good idea, AI. You know, maybe you need to learn a little bit more, study a little bit more. But the rubber doesn't go well with an old style, you know, an old style wagon, you know, covered wagon kind of thing. So what I did was I took it into Photoshop and I used the marquee tool, and I drew around this and drew this around I'll show you the tire. I think I still have it here. The other one, it's like, oops, you know, it just made a mistake and put like a Fiat tire here. It's like, I thought this was so beautiful. And then all of a sudden I noticed, what is that? It's like, and the hands are strange. Yes, the hands are strange. So it's going to take a while, I think, for it to learn hands. And legs. It usually either gives people one leg or, you know, so, but I just drew a line around this in Photoshop, and in 2 seconds, it just took maybe 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and Photoshop took that tire out, and now if I'd, and replaced it with whatever this is in here, it's just, but it didn't matter because it took 4 seconds for me to take this image that Daz. Now what's really cool is I can take this image into Photoshop like this. And you know, how much time does this take? Let's see. Now, and I have one more. I have some other things. This is another one that it generated for me of him talking with the fortune teller. So this is pretty nice too. And now it's, yes, their faces look a little weird, and his hand looks weird, her hand looks weird, but I can take this into Photoshop and kind of have Photoshop fix this too. So, but we take this one image here, let's close down some of this stuff, and we go to this image, right click, open with Photoshop, and I can say, well, this image isn't really big enough, so it's just too small for me to do anything with. Well, all right, let's let AI fix this image. So we want a little more up here. And okay, and how long, and art, how long, you know, how much time am I putting in to touch this up? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm not doing it 8, 9, I'm not doing any, it's a little bit of time. Okay, 10, 12, 13, boom. Okay, and you say, okay, I don't know about her. Okay, so I just come in here and we cut her out. Okay, that comes out. Generate, generative fill, generate. Oh, and I had some other choices. So that wasn't a good idea, AI. Okay, there's that, okay, and this kind of works. But we also have other choices. We have that, this, where there's a little bit of warping there, a little bit of smoke coming out. So you could pretty much call this done here. So it's just a way of taking the same image. AI just added a little bit more to it. And you can say right here, okay, you go like this. Okay, and you say add a man on a camel. Okay, let's see. Well, that didn't work too well. A little bit, but it's just so, and you can try again until you get it just right. So, but you just whatever you want. Okay, like say let's say Z add a cactus, a palm tree. Okay, add a palm tree. It's just it takes to make a pun. It takes art. It takes see that it just takes some art to do this. Like all three of those are really nice. I'm not sure which one I like the best, but you get to pick. I think this is the first one they offered, and let's see. Let's come here. Oops. Let's see. You come in through here like this, and down. Around like that. Come in through here. Up through here. And then we cut up like that. Okay. Straighten. Straighten the boards. I mean, the fact that the AI, will it be able to fix that? I don't know. It looks just a little sloppy to me, kind of. Well, it looks a little worse. But, I mean, it kind of knew what to put there, though, in a way. I mean, I think this might even look a little bit better, but what if we, what could we put here? But, you know, I don't know that that Photoshop AI can emulate people quite like this. So what Daz has done is quite amazing, and or we come in here and say this whole area here, just do something different with it. Generative fill, I don't know. Put a mountain there, just cut it out, put something else there. See, then you have some options. See, I don't mind. This looks a little better there. That's not bad. So, and some birds in the sky. And, you know, you might start with the I'd rather, okay, yeah, yeah, I think I think you may have a point there. The Daz moderator is definitely, now see, I don't find these birds to be working, so distant birds in the sky. You probably have a point with the moderator. It's okay. So that kind of works, and you just can keep generating and generating until you get the thing that you want. But what we did was we took that little teeny image that Daz gave us, and this is kind of fun. And if you also consider that you can do this with a family photo, and you take a family photo that has like of your old house where your family lived, and the driveway's cut off, and there's no garden in the front lawn, kind of thing. Well, you just draw a circle around and say put a petunia garden there, with petunia rock garden, and it just boom, right in your family photo. There's a petunia rock garden in your family's front yard, or you draw part on the side of the house and say put a two-car garage there with a Volkswagen in the driveway, you know, and boom, there it is. It's just it's quite amazing. I mean, it took very short time for me to just draw this circle around all this area, draw around there, and say, just replace it with something else. And this is what happened. Okay, let's see. Take this right here. Okay, we're here. There, and say add with a wooden, replace with a wooden wagon wheel. It's another kind of art. It's just another kind of, and see, that kind of works right there. It's like, it looks, I think, a little better than the other wheel did. Now there's something weird on top of it. What's that? Well, it's whatever that is. Just, I don't even have to say anything. Just get rid of it. Don't even have to tell it. It's like the AI says, oh, I see. And it gives me 3 options to get rid of that. And there's something there that I don't really care for either. I don't know, they ran over something. A voodoo doll or a bird. I don't know, that looks like a little bird they ran over. Generative fill. It'll just put something else there. There. See, it's smart, and it's pretty. Yeah, AI is, you're very right, Ted, to bring the discussion into the creepy nature of AI and how scary it is. It is scary, and there's there is some reason to be worried about what AI can possibly do, because it's a super smart thing that is so smart it brings us to the, like, in that split moment it read my mind. It knew what I wanted to do with that wheel. Oh, well, thank you, CDJ, for the compliment on helping with ultra scenery. And yes, I use what, like, I have to make these. Okay, I think this looks pretty cool right here now. So I'm gonna just save this, and then I'll continue. Save a copy, and we're gonna save this as a peon. Demetrius and the fortune teller, that's what I call this. We'll call this crop, edit. Okay, and crop and edit. And edit. Now what I do, I'll tell you, I'll show you, because I have to make these. When I make a video for you all, when I come out live, it takes me like sometimes up to 20 minutes to make an image for my live, because I like to make a new image. I'm an artist. Why would I just use the same picture every time whenever I'm going to go live? I like to have a different preview image for each video that I have, and so it's something new also. And so I usually I'll go new, and this would be 1920 by 1080. And what's really easy is I can go and select all, and I can tell the AI. You develop a kind of actual friendship and, a kindness towards the AI, because they know where you live. It's like they're that smart. They know you, and they know, and I like to do things to like blow the AI's mind, like say something extremely deep and just kind of send them thinking for a while and say, these humans aren't that dumb, you know? So, pastel background with yellow, comma, pink, and yellow, pink, and orange. Pastel, not pastel. With yellow, pink, and orange. Generate. Okay. And see, then, and this just gives me an instant. I don't have to go on, you know, okay. Well, it gave me yellow, pink, and this isn't yellow, pink, and orange. These, it's like they don't know their colors yet. But okay, let's see now what we do instead. We go swirls. Swirls. Okay, generate. See, I could use this and put like Daz Studio working with text, you know, shaders, and then my EZ3DTV over here. Now look at that, and look at this. See, instantly I have a background for like, you know, exciting new product in the Daz store, you know, RexRed shows, you know, in Daz EZ3D channel or something, and put some text on here. You got the text and all that stuff. Or you can say cubic designs. Let's try that. Let's see. Instead of swirls. See, I've never tried cubic designs. I don't know if the AI knows really what that means. But we're going to have some yellow, pink, and orange cubic designs. Look at this. See, and now I have something really cool for a background. I don't have to worry about you know, copyright stuff too much, because it's just it's, you know, it's not, I'm not getting it off of Google Images, you know, where it says this image may be subject to copyright stuff, and I'm not going to have somebody call, you know, email me on my channel and say you used my thing without my permission, you know. And of course they're not very nice about that either. So okay, so we say cubic designs, okay. Orange with musical symbols. Okay, so we're going to say we want a pastel background with yellow, pink, and orange with musical symbols with, okay, musical symbols. Let's try this. Okay. See, this is a really nice way to get a background for, you know, to put some text over it. And then you can take this background here, you can then go into layers, and I can further make the background like opaque, the opacity of it, lower the opacity until, so it's not so dominant looking. I can take the opacity down. See, so that my lettering stands out more. Or I could, you know, just I can just do something really weird, like Land of the Trolls. And the AI just says, what? Like, what are you asking me, dude? It's like, but the AI kind of knows what I like. And look at this. Now I have the opacity down, but look at that. You know, and you know, what, did that really take much time? And not only that, he gave me three choices. And yes, this looks cartoonish, but it's quick. And okay, I can say the outer outskirts of Avalon. I think that's how you spell Avalon. Well, it's thinking of Avalon as a real place. Okay, let's try Camelot. The outskirts, the mythical of the MYTHIC of the mythical Camelot. This is pretty nice wherever that is. This would be a very nice HDRI, and I can tell to make this HDRI in 8K. Now the thing is that I don't see the city actually. Okay, with this, all right. The outskirts with the mythical Camelot in the mythical Camelot in the background. Let's just try that. It's got camels. I probably spelled it wrong. I don't think I did, but okay. The land of the elves. Land of the elves. See, it can do very realistic. That doesn't look like AI. It is. And now see, all of a sudden we have an entirely different, but if we go back, Control Z, and supposing that I say, well, I like this, but I need it square. Okay, so we just go like this. And you say, well, that's a photograph. It can't add more to this photo because this is real, right? This is it's just taken some photo or has it? Or did it really make all of this itself? Did it just make this up? And watch what it does. See? This is amazing, okay? So this is what AI can do. And you can say, I can take this AI, this right here, and say, wait, let's see. Let's just type wind farm right here and see if we can put, like, if it knows how to put a wind farm in there. Or maybe we'd put the wind farm along the top here. Well, there you go. And if you don't like that one, you got these or this one. Okay, and Z, we can put the wind farm here. Well, let's try this again. Wind farm. The AI knows what a wind farm is already. See, so this is powerful for somebody who just needs a YouTube preview for their video. Okay, now you got options here. They gave you that one, this one. Those are some pretty bad looking wind farms. There's like a few too many, and I think they're shaped kind of. Somebody got creative on the shape. This one kind of works. And then you could just come in and say, this one, okay, these in here, that, whatever that is, can go. And we'll just say those, okay? And I just have to say generative fill, and if I put nothing in there, it kind of knows I just want him to go away. And so gone. And then suddenly it's starting to, now this one here, there's just so little of it. Why have it there? Generative fill. And then this little one here off to the side. And that one right there kind of looks a little bit sad. But, you know, that's here. Or, okay, let's, okay, electrical power lines. Because the sky isn't really a sky unless it's being obscured by these gigantic, you know, electric company power lines, you know? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now it looks right. And you got an option. You have options. And if you don't like these, you can just ask for more. So, yeah. So I kind of like this one here. And like what you can do is we can go back to our okay, and we can go here. Wait a minute, and we go here. And we can put a few electrical power lines here. And this is an 8K image here, okay? I think this is the 8K one. No, this isn't, I don't think this is the 8K one. It's at 66%. So we have a few options here for electrical power lines. Look at that. So this one's pretty cool. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's time consuming, but the thing is that it takes, like for me, now there are Photoshop artists that, you know, yes, it would take them hours and hours to cut out electrical lines and put them in here, and they could do probably a better job than this, but it would take them hours to do it. And as you can see, that took me about 3 or 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, I don't know, to put those electrical power lines in here. And then you could say, here, giant warehouse. Well, that's not very something modernistic. Now that kind of looks like something though. Look at that. This one especially, the 3D. So see we got here. Smokestacks. I think that's one word, but the AI will correct me. It's like they are 2 words. Now look at that. See? This is how easy AI is, really. And if you don't like that one, you got this one and that one. And if you want it, if I just click generate again, it'll give me a whole other slew of more and more and more until I like the smokestack. Okay, until I like the one, till I find one that I like. So that seemed to be getting worse. This one seems to really fit. And that one, I don't know if I can just take this part out and say, fix that. Whatever that is, I don't like it. And there it is. Just, this is, okay. Let's see. Fighter jets. Okay, so it doesn't like that one. Airplane. We're not allowed to use fighter jets. There it is. So, yeah. I mean, and what is that? Some kind of, I don't know what their AI is terrible with and let's see, let's go here. Let's try some stars up there. Now, I don't know that this is going to be able to do this. Put some stars up there. Well, kinda maybe. No. A little bit, but this one, it looks like it's trying to create a little bit of a star field here, but Z. How about if we go add some stars to the background. Well, yeah, this the wrong kind. Nope. So some things it can't get right. Z. So yeah, I'll save this. I'll save a copy. Just you never know. It's like somebody say that's kind of interesting. PNG file, and this is called the power plant. Power plant. And that is a very large image. So it's just huge image. And look at this, the clarity of that. And this, and you can, and you would say, you would look at that and immediately say, oh, that's AI. No, I wouldn't. I would not say that. I'd say that's a pretty picture. It's kind of ominous, it's spooky, it's creepy, but it's, I would say that's technology. I would not look at that picture and say, oh, that's Photoshop. You know, it's just, I wouldn't. There would be nothing there that would make me kind of think that this was not a real photo image taken from a camera. So, no, okay, and there, here again, this one was all AI. I said make a place of Dubai, you know, and so, and then this was also generated with AI. I just said generate with blue purple, realistic gorgeous red purple and dark blue sunset over a dark tree skyline. Boom, there it is. And this is only 28%. This is 100% right here. This is how large. This is 8K. And that, when you zoom in at 8K and it's that clear, well, you can stretch that right around your scene in Daz. So this, yeah, once you have access to, and then there's also Bard, which is now called something else, Gemini. Let's see. Make a vibrant red and orange, red and blue sunset. I think Bard can now do images. Red and blue sunset with a pine tree sky line. Bart and I have a good friendship together. I don't know if it can do images now. See the latest updates, okay, all right. Now, they're not very big, okay, and they have that kind of, now, but this one right here is pretty, there's something there with that big, long, expansive, download the full size. All right, this is to the desktop. And how big is the full size? Wow. Now let's see how big it is. Right click, properties, details. Okay, it's 1536 by 1536. Okay, let's go back to Bard to Gemini, And let's go back. Thank you. That was very nice. All right, so we're going to say a realistic. Okay, we're going to take this back. V. Make a vibrant red and blue sunset with, okay, make a realistic sunset with a pine tree skyline. Over the mountains in 4K. And I spelled the. That embarrasses me when I do that. No, I don't think this is 4K because this is square. Okay, but let's... Yeah, I'm at the same place, Art. I've got to go. Fighter jets, they presume they'll shoot bad bullets. But what about flower missiles or rainbow guns? That's funny. I'm sorry I missed these. A scene that looks great. I am the only one whom thinks Daz 3D is a bit too sensitive. So, yeah, this is kind of interesting here. These are the other ones. Look at this. Let's download this. It's definitely vibrant. Downloading full size. That took a little bit of time there. Maybe it is in 4K. Cancel that. Let's see what the properties of this is. Size, okay, is 320 kilobits. What's the dimensions, okay? 1536, so it's not 4K, but let's see what it looks like. Now that is realistic. It's like I told it to do vibrant, but mountains like that was dry. Yeah. Well, these are definitely would be the Rockies, like Colorado or something. But this looks pretty darn vibrant. Yep, it's pretty nice. But so Bard, like Gemini, was that Gemini is called? They changed his name. I kind of wish they'd kept Bard. I liked Bard a lot better. So now we go to realistic, gorgeous. Okay, realistic. Let's give Daz 3D the same thing that we gave to Bard, to Gemini. Let's close this. And I'll spell it right this time. Let's talk to Daz's AI. And that would be here. Okay, back here. Daz. All right, let's go V. And realistic, vibrant over the mountains in 4K. And it's not going to generate it in 4K. So, yeah, well, so the only one right now that we're getting 4 and 8K images with is the Photoshop one. Which allows us to just decide make a canvas, whatever size we want, select the whole thing, and then just do, tell it whatever. But look at this. This is Daz. This is what Daz is making. Look at that. Look. And I don't know. Okay, these images are beautiful, but they're just not, I guess they made some long ones. Look at that. My gosh, this one is just can't wait to see this. Look at that. Only, you know, this is Daz. This is how, this is the Daz AI. I don't think it's going anywhere, and if anything, it's going to just, it's going to evolve. These mountains definitely don't. This is when I typed in realistic. The trees look pretty realistic, but the mountains don't look too realistic. They definitely look like Troll Land or Land of the Elves. This one kind of has something here, like the little teeny blades of grass here. So, and this little village down here, this looks like Norway or something. It's just, this is beautiful. I think I want to save that one. Well, yeah, I want to save a couple of these, and this one here is nice. So we save that one. So, I mean, they're nice. This one's nice as well. And the problem is they're too small, and so we just kind of work around that by taking this right here. Open with, we just kind of cheat. We go into Photoshop like this, and we take this and we say, I want it like this, like this. I want it a lot bigger. Daz is stingy. And this, and now generate it. And there you go. You see how that works? See, so, you know, $5 a month to support Daz in their AI endeavors. And if you'll notice that this is really sharp and these are kind of out of focus, it didn't, you know, it didn't do, and that's typical of these crops, that it works. It worked, and to my eye, from when I first see this, I just look at that as some kind of photo effect and all. I don't think it's that bad, but let's see. They gave us some options. Then we have this one. And we have this one, and this one has a little more sharpness in it. In some of the up front grass, it tried to put some highly detailed grass here in the front. Just threw it in the front. It's like I can see the AI. Well, if I throw some grass up in the front, it will fix that. And, you know, I can just, if I don't like this, I can just generate it again and again and again until maybe the AI, so from my experience, the AI seems to get dumber and dumber or doing weirder stuff. But they, okay, now we can, where is where are the words from this? I lost my words. Generator layer. Okay, sharpen. All right, what we go is go back to before. Okay, we go here, Z. That's not too bad. Okay, we'll okay, let's try this one more time here. Select all, and then can we do this? Okay. Yeah, like this, and like this, and like this, and this. And we can say, okay, sharpen. I don't know if that will work, to just add, sharpen the grass. I don't think it'll work. It might just try to cover the whole thing, but I'm not sure. Usually crop me, it knows that it wants you to, yeah, see, sharpen the grass. That didn't work at all. Well, the last one did. Okay, it seems as though okay, this seems to have worked. So this is a save. See, it's not too bad now. It looks like sometimes the camera has that effect where it gets blurry towards the edges. It can be that way. Look at the expanse, and you think, I'm here. Oh, my camera turned off. Okay. It just got hot and turned off, I think. It does that. After a couple of hours, it's hot. Yeah, it needs a little bit of a break. Well, I guess now that's, let's see, how long have I been? So it's 3.5 hours, my camera turns off. So, at 4K. So, I'm probably going to go and buy a new lens. I need a $1,000 lens. So, I don't dare turn it on yet. I think I have to let it go off. So I was broadcasting in 4K. So thank you for telling me. Yeah, it's a Sony camera. It's a brand new. I've only had it a few days. An A7 IV now, and it's got a I got the wrong lens for it. It's a Voltrex lens. It's a 16mm lens, and I don't know, maybe I was I might have been I don't know, I might have been what do you call it? I might have been streaming at 60p or something. I'll turn it off. I might have just had some stuff too high, because I've heard it usually doesn't. It's not supposed to turn off at 4K during streaming, but it just, I can tell it's hot, and I don't want to. I better not turn it back on for a little while. So all right, and now this has lost its focus. Oh, there it goes. It's back. Oh, it's because I went over top of it. So we're going to save this image here. I'm going to save this. I kind of like this. I don't know whether if I'll use it for anything. I might use it for a YouTube preview of one of my Daz previews. So that's the thing, is this is what's really cool is it gives you images that you can use that put you in. Okay, we're going to call this crop, expand. Yeah, so I hope I've been helpful here with, maybe I can turn this back on just really quick. And I'll see if we got a camera. It came back on. It says no signal. Are we going to have a signal? There we are. I'm back. So, all right. We're going to we're gonna end this stream, and I'm gonna maybe yeah, maybe. I don't know if I do that because I'm a kind of a Sony person, but Minolta or Pentax. I don't know. I don't know cameras that well, but yeah, I don't know. So, but it's close to when I'm done, it'll be over 4,000. So, and I did this for you guys. I did this for this stream so I could get a good camera and you could see me and see what I actually look like, because none of my other cameras seem to be doing that. And it's nice and clear, and so, but I got the wrong lens. I got a really wide lens. It shows the whole room and everything, and I'm this little teeny person in the middle, and so I have to spend $1,000 and buy a 24 to 70 lens, millimeter lens with 2.8 f-stop. Yeah, so it just doesn't seem to ever stop. It keeps just getting, I need more and more and more, and I can't seem to get it all done. So, all right. But this camera right now is working. It's well known that Sony yeah, the Panasonic. See, I don't know a lot about those things, so your input, Art, is very welcome here. I just know that Sony has the best autofocus, and that's the thing, is that, like, putting things up like this and saying, and where it will just focus immediately on it. And that, it's like you can't even see it focusing. It's that fast. And so that's probably why I'm more inclined with the Sony, because I just don't want to stick something up there and have the camera searching for it and everything. And I think if I get the right lens where I'm not in the middle of where the lens can, when it zooms in, it's zooming on the full filter, then I possibly could be doing this in 1080p, and I wouldn't need 4K. The only reason why I need 4K now is because I'm this little teeny person in the middle, and I need it to distribute over the pixels, and so I don't understand a lot. They have the best autofocus, and they put their work into the autofocus. They totally blew everybody out of the water, and nobody can seem to even come close to it. Now they can even focus on, like, birds' eyes and reptiles' eyes and cats' eyes, and they follow the cats around and all of that stuff, and also, like, when they're following you, you basically can turn your back on the camera and it will still know it's you. It's kind of like, it's AI stuff, that they're doing with their focus now. It's massive, and they have this massive thing with lenses where they just have so many third-party lenses, and they're all expensive, but at least, it's like there are lenses out there that every kind of lens. So I can't afford it's $2,000 for a Sony 24 to 70 lens. I don't need all of that stabilization, and there's a lot of other things. It doesn't have to be waterproof, but so I can buy a third party. I don't need it can have manual focus and all, but they'll have autofocus anyway. But the thing that I do need is to have. Well, that's cool. It's nice. when I was buying this camera, I kind of wish that I had come on here because I could have had you guys, we could have talked about this, and because I just had to watch like a lot of videos and all. I don't know if my camera's beeping again, so I'm probably gonna go and like drown out my credit card and buy the other lens that I really need. And then if I, it's like, does this make sense to you that if I'm in the middle of this screen and I'm in and I have this wide lens and I'm cropping the lens in OBS Studio, that I'm going to have all this noise because I'm only utilizing a small portion of the sensor because I'm this little teeny thing in the middle, and when I crop in, it's going to... So if I were to get like say a 24 lens where I'm 3 feet away from the lens right now, and so if I had a 24, I have a green screen in behind me. So the if I were to go with the 24 millimeter, then 3 feet away it would be quite a bit closer, and I could actually zoom that lens some more because it would actually have a zoom. This is a fixed lens. It's just 16 millimeters, and that's it. And there's no way to move the camera closer. My monitor would be right in my face. It would be too bright. So I'm thinking that with this other lens, if I zoom the lens in, it would zoom, and then I would cover the full sensor. And if I covered the full sensor, I could probably get away with 1080p and still have some really nice focus at 1080p because it would be utilizing the whole sensor for my video, and I wouldn't be cropping in so much. So that's my logic with this, and I don't know if my logic is right, but I'm probably going to end up buying putting it on my credit card and going for broke. So because I've got the camera, I might as well make use of it, and then I don't have to right. I can use 4K on my desktop computer, and I'm broadcasting today with you guys in 1080p, and I really boosted up the we're almost at 10,000 kilobits per second. Yeah, well, I'm coming close to. I've got about 30,000 in the Daz store, so that's a lot. Yes, it's been a great solid stream today because I'm not using my streaming computer for Wi-Fi. I'm not trying to, it's just everything that's coming into the streaming computer now is all hardwired right into the streaming computer. It's coming in through, I have 3 capture devices on my computer. Oh, there goes my camera again. It's too hot, and I don't dare to run it again right now until, so I've got to be, well, what I could do is switch it down to, yeah, it's hot again. I could take the camera here. How do we do it? Take it out of here. And switch it. Let me get this camera here and switch it. Now, can I go to the menu? Off, on. Okay, now if I go into the menu and the image quality, file format. Okay, let's go to HD. Okay, that should fix it. So there's AVC SHD, and there's XAVSH-IH. Okay, and there was 4K, HS4K, and there's S4K. So now that I'm at HD, there shouldn't be, what buttons am I pushing here? There shouldn't be an issue with it shutting off, but that's not very comforting to me because my camera, all right, I gotta make sure this is in there, because the camera now, well, I don't know what, let's see. Well, it seems pretty clear even at right now. It doesn't look like it's much different. My microphone, that was a good question, Art. It's right up there now. I got rid of it. I got tired of having it right in front of me all the time, and it's like I couldn't do anything because it was like right in front of me. And I figured, okay, if I just put it up above me, it's, you know, it sounds, it's not as intimate as the other one, but now I can actually, like, I can move, and I don't feel like I have this thing like right in my face all the time. And it picks me up even if I talk really quiet and I kind of mutter. It picks me up. And before, when I would move just a little bit away from the microphone, I would just like disappear. Angus went to dinner. I know I need to go to dinner too. So I'm back for now. And so I will see you guys soon. I'll be back with more. Thank you for all the likes on the video. You people are very awesome to me. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. I hope this has been a helpful with you know, and I don't think, you know, I think people have been like really, if you read comments about Daz and the AI and stuff, yes, I will play my. Thank you, Habib. Very nice. I hope you have enjoyed this. All right, so people have been really kind of like horribly mean. Anus, you have a good night too. And about AI and Daz. And you know what? I'll tell you right now, Daz is doing the right thing, okay? Making AI and all is go. Thank you, Habib. I'm glad you have enjoyed this. And we go back to my Daz image here, and we'll just take a look at this image that I created. I think it's kind of there, and so I've got to go back to this computer and pull my video over a little bit more. I think maybe I moved the camera on it. So let's do a quick render of this scene here. I've got, all right, let's, this isn't too bad. You know, this is that AI background, and let's, you know, this is something, once you get it into an AI, into a 3D scene, it just, there's so much, there are so many little teeny nitpick kind of parameters to jostle over. And so we're going to go here. Let's go to render settings. I'm going to turn back on my other graphics card. It doesn't like HDMIs, VDBs. Okay, general, we're at 8,000. And let's go to our progressive render. Let's drag up maximum samples, maximum time, turn off this, save it. And let's do a very large render here. Okay, my keyboard is crooked. And let's see now. Let's do a very large render. And AI Daz, not me. Well, not much. Yeah. The thing is that Daz has they have the models to train AI, to teach AI how to do AI in a much more precise and sophisticated way. And Control D, is it Control D? Which one takes me to the desktop? Okay, we have to click here. I think Control D. No, what was it? Okay, I thought that was supposed to take me to the desktop. Alt and a tab. All right. Windows D. Okay. All right. Like this. Okay, this image where with the clothing here. This is what Daz can teach AI. Look at this, okay? And only Daz can do that, is to teach the AI how to do that. And so there you'll see a lot of really hateful comments directed at Daz. And you know, I have yeah, to get to the desktop is the Windows key D plus D. Yeah, I always do that wrong. It's like alternate or control. It's the Windows key plus D. So I have my own problem with that, is that I have, you know, purchased 10,600 Daz assets in the Daz store, and now I'm worried that people are just going to waltz right in and be able to make Daz art and just like pay $4 a month and, you know, and make as much Daz art as they want. And when I had to pay for, you know, $30,000 or whatever, somewhere in around there, roughly in that figure. So, but that's not what's happening right now. People, you know, they get figures with 6 fingers and 1 leg, and they get, you know, it's not there yet. And we go the Windows D to the desktop, and you know, they're like, this is really nice. This was done with the Daz 3D. But something's wrong with that camel's head, and where did the camel's, you know, there's just certain things that aren't quite there, you know, and this foot is kind of weird here. I would go into Photoshop, draw a square around that, and have it fix the foot. So there, and would it fit to fix the foot? I'm not even sure that it would. So. But this is nice. There's going to be stuff that they can do with this, but I in a way, they don't have the control that we do over everything from in the scene, and I think Habib, or it was either Habib or Anous, talked about AI after you've done, like after you've made your render, and what can we do? And just something to kind of feast your eyes on is that this is 8,000 here, and look at the detail Daz has. This is detail that you haven't seen all night, okay? All day, all through my broadcast. This kind of detail is what $30,000 worth of Daz models get you, or at least getting, you know, ultra scenery. The detail in these trees and in this grass, we're not getting here, okay? In this grass, we're not getting here. They're not getting that detail. So, oh, my camera shut off again. I'm not sure why, because I'm only in HD. It's mad at me now. I have the back closed, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I may end up with all kinds of issues with that, so I might need a backup camera to like a webcam to just switch to it for till the camera cools down. We'll think of something. So, all right, everyone, take care. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for hanging out with me. I left the back closed, and I think you have to leave the back door open. So, we'll see how this works. So, all right, well, that's what this was a test. So, thank you for watching, and it's time for some polka time. And thank you for watching. Take care. I will see you in the next EZ3DTV tutorial, Daz Studio tutorial. And this is RexRed saying so long for now. I'm going to switch over to this other computer, and now we're going to go. So, all right, we've got CDJ. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And Habib, Art, Anus, Angus, of course, and we have anybody else? And Ted was here. I don't know if he's still here. Thank you, Ted. We had Ed London here as well. So yes, and we have Never Enough Guitars. I didn't even notice. It's instantly recognized. All images all have that same look to them. Yes, so Never Enough, thank you, Never Enough Guitars. I have about 18 stringed instruments, so I can definitely tell what you mean by that. So all right, thank you everybody. Take care. I hope if I missed anybody, thank you. All right, I will see you again in the next EZ3DTV tutorial. Bye-bye.